Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I still remain your host, Don Bogidon, and today, the video you have been waiting for. A lot of people have been saying, Don Bogidon, when are you going to do this? Don Bogidon, talk about this. It is here finally. The review of the CAF World Cup qualifiers, the review of the whole qualifiers, the teams, just a brief review and some stats from the groups that we just witnessed from the CAF World Cup qualifiers, and also a detailed preview or insight on the playoffs to come in November and also in March. So stick with us. It is the big preview of the CAF World Cup qualifiers and a big review of the CAF World Cup qualifiers and the preview of the playoffs. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive in straight. And diving in straight, let's look at the stats and what most of us might not have witnessed from or might not have noticed from the qualifiers. So starting from the unbeaten teams in these qualifiers, only 3 teams went unbeaten. Egypt, who finished first, of course, in Group A, they went unbeaten. Senegal in Group A went unbeaten too. Then Morocco also. 4 teams actually. Morocco won all their games, went unbeaten. Ivory Coast went unbeaten. Tunisia went unbeaten. Wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 teams went unbeaten. Super Eagles would have joined this if not for that loss against Benin in the first leg on match day 4. So that is it. Which teams didn't concede a goal at the qualifiers? Which teams didn't concede a goal for these qualifiers? Surprisingly, Ivory Coast went through 10 games and conceded 0 goals for these qualifiers. Ivory Coast. Wow. And the AFCON is closer. The defending AFCON champions. Of course, they are going to the World Cup. They finished first in Group F. Which other team? Tunisia finished first in Group H. Also went 10 games without conceding a single goal in these qualifiers. Wow. My brother, just wow. Just wow. Okay, what else am I looking at? Teams that came out with 100% record. Like I said earlier before, Morocco went with 100% record, winning all their games, scoring 22 goals in just 8 games. And also, very interestingly, they considered just 2 goals. They were the only team that went 100% in these qualifiers. Then, which team didn't win a game? Chad in Group I finished 6th, just 1 point. Drew just 1 game, lost 9, and didn't win a single game in these qualifiers. Somalia, just like Chad, didn't win a single game, drew 1, lost 9, didn't win a single game in these qualifiers. Seychelles played 10 games, won 0, drew 0, and lost 10. Seychelles scored only 2 goals in these qualifiers and conceded 53 goals. I think that should be the highest. Congo, most surprisingly, Congo won no game, got just 1 draw. Wow, just wow. Eswatini also didn't win any game in these qualifiers. Zimbabwe surprisingly didn't win any game, drew 5 games, lost 5 games in the Group C, group that has Nigeria, and we drew Zimbabwe home and away. South Sudan also didn't win any game. Djibouti didn't win any game. Wow, just wow. So, as you can see, let's go through who made it to the top scorers chart in the qualifiers. So Mohamed Al-Moura of Algeria finished with 10 goals. Mohamed Salah with 9 goals. Checking on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he finished with 7 goals, which means those 4 goals really boosted him. Of course, our own Victor Osimhen with 6 goals from those 5 games that he played. So that is it for Africa. Then if we are going to extend to the world in general, during these qualifiers, Messi broke the record, scored 60, made his 60th assist, which saw him leapfrog Neymar on 58 assists to be the record holder for assists in men's international football. Lionel Messi, 60 assists, the greatest and the record holder. Then Cristiano Ronaldo also, during the qualifiers, broke a record. He scored 40 goals. The 40 goals means that he is the outright top record scorer in qualifiers in the whole world. Nobody comes close. The only person that came close was Ruiz, who had 39 goals. But Cristiano Ronaldo with 40 goals became the record scorer in World Cup qualifiers in men's international football worldwide in the history. So with that, we go in straight to preview the playoffs. And the playoffs and the playoffs. I will first of all drop this from CAF. For those who always ask me, how did Nigeria make it to the playoffs? Here is what you need to know about the playoffs. As you can see, just pause and read through, because reading through will mean we will have to delay. Just pause and read it through. As you can see, especially step 2, read it through. So for those who didn't really understand, let me explain in a brief moment. Eritrea pulled out of this tournament. They were in the group of Tunisia. They pulled out of the tournament, and the rules are clear. Everybody knew this rule. If any team had to drop from these qualifiers, it means that when at the end of the day, the points of the least team, the points each of the top 5 or top 4 teams got from the least team in their group will be deducted. It will look as if you never played the least team in your group. They will deduct all the points you had, just like Nigeria against Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, we had 17 points. We had 17 points, and they minused our 2 draws against Zimbabwe, which landed us in 15, and that was what saw us to the playoffs ahead of Burkina Faso. Now, let me say this. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, I respect you a lot. I respect what you have done as the president of Burkina Faso. But this thing that you just said, Oga, you are, let me not say it because of the love I have for you, but please, you guys are just hating on Nigeria unnecessarily. Let me explain this. 3 things happened in the favor of Nigeria. It wasn't because of CAF, it wasn't because of FIFA. South Africa, with all their technology and with how advanced they are, didn't know that a player in their squad was supposed to be suspended. It worked in the favor of Nigeria. You shouldn't be blaming Nigeria. Blame it on South Africa. Even South Africa and Ghana have even joined Ibrahim Traoré to criticize CAF and FIFA for Nigeria qualifying for the playoffs, as if we are the ones that did it. You guys are stupid haters. That's number 1. Number 2, Eritrea pulled out of this tournament. Nobody has called Eritrea as a country since, but everybody is jumping on Nigeria. Did you guys not know that this rule was existing before? Is it because he favored us? Then everybody now started talking, CAF are corrupt, FIFA are corrupt. Why didn't you people call out Eritrea, and why did they pull out of the tournament? When they were trying to pull out, why didn't you guys rally around and find out what is the problem for Eritrea pulling out of this tournament? Then the last thing, nothing concerns me. We have made it, we have made it. My own is, I pray that these boys qualify. The third thing is that you guys are shouting, Burkina Faso, FIFA this, FIFA that. Why didn't Benin Republic stop Nigeria from scoring 4 goals? Why didn't they stop Nigeria from scoring 4 goals? Nobody has come out to call out Benin for allowing Nigeria score 4 goals in that game. But everything is Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. You people want to trend. Talking about the playoffs, Jerry. Gabon, DR Congo, Cameroon, and Nigeria are the 4 teams that will be playing the playoffs. And let me drop this quickly. Let me drop this from CAF, because I've been hearing a lot of things people are saying. Okay, this CAF competition, these playoffs will be played in Morocco. Morocco will be hosting it. Now the draws will be done on October 23 after FIFA drops their latest rankings. And how is it going to be done? The most seeded team, which is the most ranked team. Look at these rankings now that is here. The most ranked team, of course, which is Nigeria, will be playing the 4th ranked team from these top 4 teams that are in the playoffs. Looking at the rankings here, of course, you know, Gabon in 15 and 77 globally is just the 4th team out of Nigeria, Cameroon, and Burkina Faso. So it means Nigeria will be playing Gabon and Cameroon will be playing Burkina Faso. But the issue now is that the draws has been done by online channels and vendors and whatever. Why? Because looking at this table, there is no how, no Jupiter that will make Gabon, who are 77 in the world, climb how many places above Burkina Faso, who are 63rd in the world. It is not possible. So that's why everybody have now known the draws, because between now and 23rd, there is nothing that will make Gabon climb Burkina Faso. So it's certainly going to be Nigeria versus Gabon and Cameroon versus Burkina Faso. Now, this thing, there is no 2-legged tie. It's just like a semi-final and a final in Morocco. It's coming up in November. Nigeria plays Gabon. This guy plays this guy. Whoever wins plays the second match, which is his final. And we pray is Nigeria. Whoever now wins will go to the intercontinental affair, which we'll see. I'm coming. Let me take my time and explain all this. Nigeria will now go to the intercontinental affair and face 6 teams. 6 teams. Who are these 6 teams? Teams from North America, teams from South America, teams from Asia, teams from the Jamaica's continent, and one of the teams from this New Zealand and stuff. So 6 teams will now face off. How will someone will ask me, how will 6 teams fit into a semi-final pot? What will happen is that the most ranked teams out of these teams, the most ranked teams by March next year, the most 2 ranked teams will be brought out into this semi-final straight. I don't know if you guys get. The 2 most ranked teams will be carried to the semi-final straight. Then the remaining 4 will now play each other. Whoever wins will now go to meet those 2 teams. Then they will now play a semi-final. Whoever wins now makes it to the final. Whoever wins that final now picks the last spot or ticket to the World Cup. It's a very long journey. It's a very long journey for Nigeria. And I pray and we pray that it works for them, because you finish the mini 2-legged tournament in November. Then you now travel all the way to wherever they are playing this. I don't know. I think it will be played in Mexico. This will be played in Mexico. Please take note. It will be played in Mexico. This tournament will be mini tournament qualifiers playoff will be played in Mexico. March. Note it down. Then they will travel to Mexico in March. We pray to God that from what I'm seeing here, from the teams I'm seeing here, if Nigeria makes it, then from as things stand, Costa Rica who are one of the teams coming out, Jamaica are one of the teams coming out, UAE, United Arab Emirates, I think they are one of the teams coming out after Qatar qualified for the World Cup. Then New Cambodia are one of the teams coming out, Bolivia are one of the teams coming out. These 5 teams, if all things are equal or other things are equal, by March, Nigeria should be one of the most seeded teams. So Nigeria should be making it automatically to the semi-finals. Because if we don't make it automatically, that means we are going to play something like a quarter-final first. Then now make it to the semi-final, now make it to the finals. That's 3 games in March alone. God help us. God should just help us. So that is it. Then another thing I want to chip in, I hear people saying we should be thankful to God that we drew Zimbabwe and got just 1 point from Zimbabwe, and this one and this one and this one, and that's why we finished second, and that's why we make it to the playoff. Oga, have you sat down to reason that if we manage to turn that 1 draw we got from Zimbabwe into a win, that will see us add 2 more extra points to what we had? If we add 2 more extra points to our group, do you know where we'll be? We will be topping South Africa. We will be the ones going straight to that World Cup. South Africa will be the ones now facing this long journey we're about to face. So I don't want to be hearing that thing of we should be thankful to God that they deducted our 2 points from Zimbabwe. This one, that we are lucky that we got draws from Zimbabwe. We are not lucky. It is bad luck that hit us that we got draws against Zimbabwe. If we manage to just win one of those draws, turn it to a win, 2 points would have seen us finish first. So reason that. Then moving into the world, let's touch on the 28 teams that have qualified for the World Cup. 28 teams that have qualified for the World Cup. As you can see, just go through the teams. You can pause and look at it. The 9 teams from Africa are complete: Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, South Africa, Cape Verde making their debut. Imagine Cape Verde and Uzbekistan are making. So as I was saying, Uzbekistan, Jordan, and Cape Verde are just making their debut. Cape Verde became the 2nd smallest country to make it to this World Cup. You know, when Iceland qualified for the 2018 World Cup, they became the smallest with just about 250 to 300,000 people then in 2018. So Cape Verde now are second to Iceland as the country with the 2nd smallest population to qualify for the World Cup. So you can see the 28 teams. Now let's go to their federations. As you can see also, and the CONCACAF, just 3 have qualified: USA, Mexico, Canada. Then the Commonwealth is complete: Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, Uruguay, Colombia, and Paraguay. Then in Oceania, New Zealand picked up the spot. Then for UEFA, only England have made it: Thomas Tuchel and his boys. So that is it for the playoffs. Bolivia and Nicaragua also made it to the playoffs. So we are still waiting for our guys in Africa. By November, they will be joining the playoff spot, as you can see here. So that is it for the playoffs preview. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things from this, and I still remain your host. Thanks for watching. It's been a long video. I honestly apologize. I know you guys spend a lot of data to watch this. Please like and also drop a comment. Let's know your thoughts on this. Also, if there is anything confusing, drop. Let's get interactive on the comment section, and please remember to share. Let's grow this community, and also subscribe if you haven't. You might be seeing this video but you haven't subscribed yet. Try and subscribe. I still remain your host, Don Bogidon. See you when we'll see next. By the way, CAF have dropped their players nomination, so we would be doing that very soon. We are waiting for the male nomination to drop. Thank you.